All Reason No Logic, hosting King of the Hill lobbies, most Sundays. Join our Discord to be part of the action. See you in game, Commanders. Beyond All Reason fans, welcome to King of the Hill by All Reason No Logic. Experience 2 or more teams facing off in epic scale warfare, where the Horde gang up on the Kings of the Hill. Kings start off with an economic bonus. They do their best to defend an onslaught after a no-rush timer expires. Test out your micro and defend against multiple players in variations of this game mode. Or be part of the masses. Team up with your allies to topple the throne in a glorious victory. All Reason No Logic, hosting King of the Hill lobbies, most Sundays. Join our Discord to be part of the action. See you in game, Commanders. Beyond All Reason fans, welcome to King of the Hill by All Reason No Logic. Experience 2 or more teams facing off in epic scale warfare, where the Horde gang up on the Kings of the Hill. Kings start off with an economic bonus. They do their best to defend an onslaught after a no-rush timer expires. Test out your micro and defend against multiple players in variations of this game mode. Or be part of the masses. Team up with your allies to topple the throne in a glorious victory. All Reason No Logic, hosting King of the Hill lobbies, most Sundays. Join our Discord to be part of the action. See you in game, Commanders. Beyond All Reason fans, welcome to King of the Hill by All Reason No Logic. Experience 2 or more teams facing off in epic scale warfare, where the Horde gang up on the Kings of the Hill. Kings start off with an economic bonus. They do their best to defend an onslaught after a no-rush timer expires. Test out your micro and defend against multiple players in variations of this game mode. Or be part of the masses. Team up with your allies to topple the throne in a glorious victory. All Reason No Logic, hosting King of the Hill lobbies, most Sundays. Join our Discord to be part of the action. See you in game, Commanders. Beyond All Reason fans, welcome to King of the Hill by All Reason No Logic. Experience 2 or more teams facing off in epic scale warfare, where the Horde gang up on the Kings of the Hill. Kings start off with an economic bonus. They do their best to defend an onslaught after a no-rush timer expires. Test out your micro and defend against multiple players in variations of this game mode. Or be part of the masses. Team up with your allies to topple the throne in a glorious victory. AllReasonNoLogic, hosting King of the Hill lobbies, most Sundays. Join our Discord to be part of the action.
We've got 6. There's only 5 spots up here, isn't there?
Okay, those 2 are up. That one's up. Oh, I got kicked out of Kings.
It balanced earlier. We can jump down there if you want to.
It's alright. We shall. Doesn't look like the YouTube is live, but the Twitch is.
There we go.
G'day, Blue Eye. Thanks for joining us. I see your big heyo in chat over there. And g'day, Live Fruit. I see your good evening as well. Same to you, Twig. Nice to see you guys. Your blue is too intense for my dark background. G'day, Chrono. See you in there. And g'day, Jill, as well. Thanks for joining us as we load into this King of the Hill. I've been betrayed by my friends and co-casters as they have decided that I am not fit to be a king tonight. So in the one game that I actually get to play before casting, I'm going to be on the Peasants team. I feel very betrayed. It's all your fault, Twig. That's why if you see the lobby name, you are called out effectively.
Where are you spawning? Yeah. Yeah, you said, well, I didn't remove prayer, I removed myself because you said give everyone the bonus, and there was only 6 people there. Well, there were 6 people up there for the 5 spots.
I know what you mean. There's a couple of things going on. My OBS is not playing nice today. And yes, I will change the scene in just a moment. I'm having my OBS just will not snap to a window. There we go. Alrighty then. Looks like we're starting up over here.
Did you want the spot with the 3 maxes?
I'm all good with the 2. I'll support you guys. Alright, what is going on? Why am I getting 0 frames? No, I think yeah. Even on the official. Alright.
I will.
There we go. I just had to close the Warframe wiki and it freed up about 16 gigabytes of RAM. No, it's just horribly coded. Just give me a moment to get the chats back up. All right. Twig is going to be in charge of the chats over on our channel, and I will have the official up and running. And that does look like I have memory again, which is nice. I know the 6 at the beginning is not great. Yes, unfortunately the game's AI voice detection's off tonight and it can't just fix the wind problems when we complain about them.
Normally, building a solar does a good job, but
Not this time.
no. It has. What's that?
Maybe, maybe not. It's possible, it's probably not probable. Probably. All right, which one of you is getting the looks like that one is?
An allied
Better go
commander
get rid of this now.
self-destructed.
That's not bad timing, actually. In fact, that's pretty good timing.
Yeah, we got some extra.
I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
For anyone watching the stream, the windmills are a nice pattern of colors today. Just been handing them out alternatively to my players. Good day. Yes, it does look like the stream name might need to be changed over on the official Twitch side of things. It's just a placeholder name at the moment. Hopefully that'll get sorted out reasonably soon. Let's have a look at the YouTube. Doesn't look like that one's coming up live yet. Always a little bit of trouble with the YouTube. All right, Tom, tap that one.
There we go.
Thank you. Very good, very good. Get those up and running in no time. Just gotta make sure that there's enough to power those bastards. Looks like I'm almost there with the power requirements. 6 minutes. Tom, why are you building a third one?
Yeah, that'll. It's something you should know.
All right, we have 3.5 minutes to go. We're looking in half decent condition. I might have given that one away a little bit early. I think it's going to work out pretty close, though. There we go. Yeah, I did. I gave it away a few seconds early. Blue-eyed demon. So the rules as standing is that there is a 10-minute no rush timer for both sides of things. The kings have plus 45%. Air is off. What else? No com bombing super early on. I think for the first 15 minutes, and then essentially just try your best to survive. Cool. I'll give that one a go around. Let's grab this. And let's check. Now it should be feeding to the YouTube, and then when they are ready, they'll go live with it. Tank Tom, how are those units coming?
A bit slow, but there'll be a few.
Yes. Going to be an interesting one. Let's see how this one goes.
Lava level is dropping.
Let's go. See what we can find. Ooh, those are nasty.
T2 unit detected.
Nice.
Oh dear. A little bit into the back. Mm. Dang, Tom, what are you doing? That is. Ah, that's what you're doing. Yep. There we go. Now we're live on both. Good, good, good. Oh god, they've got your fat boys, Tom.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and it does not look like the peasants are doing particularly well right now.
Commander destroyed.
No. Tom, you've got a lot of metal and not a lot of ability to spend it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that up and running.
Commander destroyed.
I see you. You've cleared your lane.
Commander destroyed.
Ooh, yeah, that's concerning.
Destroyed.
Tom, don't run those into range. Like, for God's sake. These are skirmishing units. You must use them to skirmish. If you don't want to use them to skirmish, then get welders. Oh, no. Oh, that was supposed to be wind.
Oh god, I need to come down and deal with this. Twig be coming.
Twig be coming. Can you give me one of those hounds? Maybe two? Oh no, no you can't. Give me the hounds.
Yeah.
Those are not the hounds. Oh god, there's none of them left.
Commander destroyed.
Now, how do we deal with... Oh, don't do that.
You gotta push those welders in. I mean, not anymore, but while you were coming up, you did. Nope. Good, the snipers are what you need. You just have to keep them far enough back that they don't get killed by the hounds.
That concerns me, that dot back there.
Yep. Oh, we can't do it. Yep.
An allied commander has died.
God damn.
Yep. I would say that we've probably lost this one on the peasant side.
I think so. Based on the fact that we're one of the few ones left, I don't give us
Yep.
a whole lot of hope.
Team 300 is ready.
I want to try and go and deal with it, but I don't know how to deal with any of it at the moment.
You can't. You don't have the energy to power those welders.
Hmm.
Push into. You can't really push into them. Wasn't paying attention to that. Forgot he was even there.
Destroyed. Destroyed.
GG. Blue-eyed demon, you hold spacebar when you put it down, and it will stop what it's currently doing and move to what you want it to do. Or if it's a build queue, it'll finish what it. Or if it's a like buildings build queue, it'll finish what it's building, then build what you've interrupted it with next. There is a Discord. There, and then the Discord specifically for King of the Hill is AllReasonNoLogic. We'll get that one posted in the Twitch channel for you. Yep.
Which map we going to next? I believe it has been. Ah,
Yep.
so it should
Just looks
be.
like it's a bit of a quieter night tonight, which is fine by me. It means we can play some of the more manageable ones.
Did we want to consider doing a throne next? Then, if we got another small one,
We could do a throne. I'd happily do a throne. I will play that one as king.
you've got the map codes for that,
Hey,
don't you, Pig?
crazy dude. 7 in the morning is nice and early. We're probably on the opposite sides of the world because it is 9 is a little after 9:30 at night for us.
Give it a sec. It might take. Yeah.
Nice. That gives the kings a bit of a shot. With yeah. This will indeed be King of the Hill. No worries. Tis a Sunday night. Things do pop up. Oh, he changed the name of the event. You got to head off? No worries. Twig's got a fresh new one. So, got to take priority over that. For those of you that are live on the AllReasonNoLogic side of things, you might experience a minor shutdown and start back up. For those of you on the official,
Help us if I unmute the audios.
that probably does help. Oh dear, the number of peasants is getting up there. I'm thinking we might bump the kings up to a +50.
Yeah, I'm not against that. I'll start at the bottom.
Yep, I'll start at the top.
Do you want to make me a boss?
I thought I did. It seems like now that people are... Oh wow, now that people are starting to filter in, a lot of people are filtering in.
No.
Alright. I'm going to pop a lock on that lobby so that we don't keep having more people join. And I'll make sure to unlock it once we're started up, because otherwise we're going to be here downloading a lot.
Yeah, it becomes that fun of you almost in and then someone drops out and the next one comes in and restart the cycle again.
Yep, so we just have to do that. And we'll unlock it for the next one. I see Nightmare has unlocked the lobby and just locked the players. Mod privileges right there, everyone. Mod privileges right there. Very much so done. I like it. Alright, let's give this one a go. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, for those of you seeing Throne in this condition, this modification is thanks to one of the members, both of AllReasonNoLogic as well as a contributor to the game.
Please choose your
Chronographer
starting
made
location.
these tweaks for us so that we can have that nice physical barrier. We do appreciate that a lot.
They are such pretty maps, aren't they?
When you fill them with lava, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are. I just got a vivid description from Twig about what's going on over there. Lots of baby vomit.
Lovely.
Yep. Alrighty, so we're just gonna get this one. Let's have a look. We've got one player not there, a lot of people. Okay, we're not quite at the point where I can force starting.
There's a lot of reds.
As you can see in chat, Chrono has those beautiful bar love heart emotes. Gonna make sure you spread those around. And yes, Jill, poor little baby, but babies do as babies do.
Yeah, they tend to work on their own time rather than whatever your plans are.
That's alright. Baby will be fine. And we'll just work our way through over here.
The real question is, where's all the pressure going to come from this game?
Considering there's 40-something peasants, probably everywhere.
Mm. Yeah, it seems to end up.
But
a bit
we
like
do
that.
have the gate holders, which is a very nice thing to
Battle
have.
started.
Mm.
Oh, looks like we're starting this one off. Everyone actually readied up, which is unusual. One of my favorite things about this particular map layout is there is so much lava, there is no chance of anyone trying to sneak something across in the first 10 minutes.
We haven't really seen anyone attempting to get stuff across particularly anyway, which is kind of nice.
I think the changes to the map make a really big big difference for that. Like, there is something magical about a physical barrier.
Yes, it does a much better job than just please don't cross this line.
Mm-hmm.
Low power.
So for those of you that are wondering what my general game plan is, I'm going to be rushing into a lot of T1 units so I can go down that ramp super hard and super fast. I figure that the defenses in this case are not going to be needed because, unlike last time, there are 20 less peasants, so we should be able to absolutely crush them. Jelly. You gotta feed the metal boy. Oh, that delicious, delicious T2.
Let me do that. There we
Gotta get those build turrets. I'm looking forward to seeing that. It will be quite interesting for it not to snap the whole map around.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Thank you.
that one finished.
Enemy commander destroyed.
I'm not loving the sound of the enemy commanders starting to be destroyed. We all know what that means.
No, that means that it's gonna be fun.
It's the best thing you can do. She can see it in your face. I'm going to take her away from you.
Alright, just gonna... Got about 6 minutes. I feel like things are progressing along reasonably well.
Reasonably well.
Low power.
Assuming the wind doesn't take a dive.
It'll take a dive.
Yeah.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Back here.
Right, I am metal starved, but I think the front's going to be decent.
Enemy commander destroyed.
It is nighttime. Yeah, sorry. I do my best to talk during the bits and pieces, but I fall into old habits, particularly when I'm tired, which is the case at the moment.
Gotta get those Z's.
Gotta get those Z's.
I won't be coming back, gents. I just got to shoot out. Everything's all good.
No
just
worries.
a precautionary
Enemy
trip that we
commander
got to take.
destroyed.
So I'll catch you guys next week.
We will catch you guys later. Does look like we're back to daytime, so it's a bit easier to see everything. Anyone who's watching that isn't playing, Stream Elements has just posted a link to download the game. It is a free game, and it is a very, very good free game, so you should all definitely do that.
Which side should I be pushing out of?
Good question. As long as you've got defenses.
Enemy commander destroyed. Lava level is dropping.
Decent amount of defenses here. That should keep us up and running for now.
So we're going that way. I put that there. Can I see stuff?
I see that we have a push in the top left-hand side. Unfortunately, those thugs not doing the best against these nice quick Jaguars, which is nice. We just have to make sure we've got the res bots in there to clean those ones up. Grab that reclaim.
Does that give me vision? This.
T2 unit detected.
Let's ride.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Lots of defenses in this bottom lane. I wonder if somebody fell for my ploy of a big attack.
Enemy commander
I
destroyed.
really hope they did, because that would be quite funny if they did. We do have Bondman is having to deal with some spoilers at the moment. Thankfully, there does seem to be a decent amount of pop-ups and twin guards to defend those. Ah, why is the defense leaving?
Come back.
No,
Okay.
you're fine. It's the long range that I'm most interested in. I would not push into that. That's just going to throw units away.
Some ease.
Bring them into the fire.
Close enough.
Close enough indeed.
I love when people build fuses on their wind farms.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh wow, you're really down there.
Yeah.
Nice.
I decided to not use the front door because that was protected.
Nasty. Very nasty. Needs metal. One man needs metal. Tank top needs metal.
I feel like this has been
Yes,
a
keep
fairly
walking forward.
passive
Keep
game
walking
for
forward.
the peasants so far.
Walk forward, peasants. Do it.
Enemy
Do
commander
it. Take the
destroyed.
calm. I know you want the calm. He's right here. He's right here.
Are you baiting people?
No. Take the calm. Take the calm. You know you want to take the calm. What the heck is that? That was a raptor.
Huh.
I don't like that.
Yep, that's not going out there. We built one of these gears that's hard to pop, rather than the explosive ones. I thought you just built the highly explosive ones by default.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Oh, that was something.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Definitely exit too. Like what I'm seeing so far. Get him when you're.
An allied commander has died. T3 unit detected.
Don't love the sound of that.
No, I can't.
Because
see
we're not
that
really
option
out
in
there very much.
No.
But there is a nice force building here that should get good attacks on.
heal fast enough. That's right. Yes, these guys have done the right thing. The nice explosive viewers.
Good. I see, you're over here. Nice. Oh, Tom.
That was a beautiful chain reaction.
That was a big boom. That was a big... Oh, wow, it really did boom, didn't it?
Oh yeah. That chained all the way out to the edge.
That's a good boom.
Enemy commander destroyed. Stealthy units detected. T3 unit is ready.
Hello there.
That is quite a few things over there.
That is a bit of stuff over there. You definitely want to pop some shields up on your base.
Yes. This way. This.
Also, I just realized it's Alt to interrupt a build queue in your base.
Include this corner before at least once. At least the IDs.
Enemy commander destroyed. Enemy commander destroyed.
Those of you who are curious, decoy comms have a lot of build power.
That they do.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Yeah, we need to get out into the proper corners, don't we?
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that we haven't hit yet?
Probably.
Stealthy units detected. Enemy commander destroyed. commander destroyed. Stealthy units detected.
Why are there raptors randomly around the place?
I don't know. But I keep on coming across raptors every so often.
Commander destroyed.
You guys on your GDT1 balls.
Enemy commander destroyed. Enemy commander destroyed. Enemy commander destroyed.
See if we can make it on down to this corner.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Nice, Tom. You're really out there.
Nice, really good.
Our whole team is doing good with the metals, but
Enemy commander destroyed. Enemy commander destroyed.
Juicy wind farms.
keep going. Get the pink player if you can. It's doing some good work.
Enemy commander destroyed. Enemy commander destroyed.
Get the ready paint army. Go again. So the bottom right corner has been mostly done.
Enemy commander destroyed.
I'm overflowing and I'm okay with it.
Titan detected. Enemy commander destroyed. Behemoth detected. Juggernaut detected. Enemy commander destroyed.
Yes, I got build power.
Nice, that's what you want to get, dude. Any decoys you've got there.
Is it? Is it though? Is it enough? It's never enough.
That feels like it's a fighting force in and of itself.
I kind of want to send him in. I'm not gonna lie.
Do they have functioning D guns?
No. Maybe.
I'm seeing a lot
Yes,
of mammoths.
yes, they do.
Now the question is, do we have more eco than they do?
We must do if we're this far around the map.
Yeah, but whatever's left is going to be fairly dense, I'm
It's going to
guessing.
be fairly strong, yeah.
Ooh, shit, spiders.
Oh shit, you did not have enough Spidey defense, Tom.
Okay, it's mainly a bit of power that I lost. That is replaceable.
Wood power is in fact quite replaceable.
Oh, please, please. I'm gonna come deal with my side for a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
lovely people building these fuses. Love to see it.
We do love to see the fuses. I am surprised at how tanky those are. Holy jeez. Oh, there's no... Oh wait, I can just move build bound onto these.
Something in the middle of that.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Self-deed.
Stealthy units detected.
Okay, it's sieging time. They might have gotten themselves a wall of fat boys, but I've got bigger guns. Oop, I do not want to put all of those away.
Stealthy units detected.
Got him. You get your Shivas moving down the map?
They are nearby.
Oh, there it is? Oh, okay.
Stealthy units detected. Enemy commander destroyed.
You just heard some mass missiles being fired.
detected.
You keep on coming back, don't
They definitely do.
you? Not just a matter of clearing it once.
You just gotta keep going.
These are yours. For some reason I thought
Stealthy units detected.
Get the good power.
Got the build
Enemy
power.
commander destroyed.
Found a build power in some labs, but there wasn't much coming out of the labs.
Fire to fire for effect. Fire for effect. Yes. We've killed one of the streams of spam.
We're not.
Yeah.
Stealthy units detected.
What I might actually do is check the other corner while I'm up there. Seeing as you guys are at the back of me now.
Yes, I got a big hit.
We had a few big hits this round. Yeah, I need to find where these snipers
You just gotta
are
get
hiding.
behind them enough, and they'll
There's the
start
snipers.
falling.
Yeah. Yeah, once you can get out and around the outside, makes it much easier.
Stealthy units detected.
You firing on them boys. You firing on small.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Starting to get penetration.
Enemy
Yes, that's the
commander
noise we like
destroyed.
to hear.
That's the noise we like. That's the noise we like. Oh god, I'm being chased by a behemoth.
It's okay, it's a behemoth, keep running. It's chasing you, it's doing the wrong thing. Yes, I think that one's
Enemy
good
commander destroyed.
too. Get into the cleanup stage.
We've boxed them out of most of the map now. We are doing good.
And rather successful with those raids that I managed to pull off this round.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Oh, there's the bloody Junos.
Get them.
I gotcha. Really good effect, by the way. I've been noticing my spam just has not been effective for the Junos, so great work there.
find one of the things with spam lines is that you have to have them on like multiple lanes, because if they've got something like a starlight or the pulsars, they tend to do a really good job of wiping out a single line of stuff running towards them.
Yeah.
That is what I'm saying.
I really need more dudes to fire in what I'm asking. Got it. So we get them cleaned up. Yeah.
Oh, got that. Yeah. Got this. What is this fun about?
There's a what?
Yeah, I think I know what that noise is. That's the
What noise?
scav boss, isn't it? Down this bottom left corner.
Could be the scav. No, don't be a scav boss. It's been such a good game. We can't cast this one if it's a scav boss.
I feel like this game was a very passive start, which makes it very
It was
rough.
a well-defended start.
I meant like the peasants didn't really come hammer.
Oh yeah.
Heavily defended on that left side there.
Yes,
So it's getting done.
Oh god, why the scav boss?
Fighting through defenses.
It's gonna kill us.
Yeah. We fought so well.
Yep.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Sending all I got, but I think it's gonna be enough.
Finally punched through with some ticks.
Nice. Ah, yes. See. That's going to be the totally undefended side, isn't it?
Yep.
At least they didn't chain react every.
Right.
Enemy commander destroyed.
That puts a big hole in the economy.
It does put a big hole. My resbots have built me an army back here.
Enemy commander destroyed.
I actually finally punched through your left side as well.
Yes, their own units are doing the damage for me.
Yeah, it's great when you can get the picks in with friendly fire, just wipes everything. This is very satisfying. So slow making their way across the map now.
I know. Okay, that's just gonna. That's just gonna.
This is so many vanguards.
Enemy commander destroyed.
We need the vanguards. We'll win in the rain.
I don't think they can make it through our stuff.
I don't think they could. With enough behemoths to make it.
With this many vanguards, though, I'm surprised that they weren't raining on the top rather than attacking the armies.
It's what it is.
Because as soon as they were within range, I would have just opened fire rather than try to hold anything.
Oh, definitely.
Dead ecos can't produce armies.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Correct.
Enemy commander
It's
destroyed.
that corner closely.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Decoy comms, go!
Enemy
Now, it wasn't
commander
those that they were saying
destroyed.
you could make invis and capture stuff.
They do have capture, and they are and they do turn invis, which is very funny. There's a queen.
To the calm.
For the calm.
Enemy
Got
commander
him.
destroyed.
Yes.
Battle ended.
Ooh-wee. That was a very, very well played game by the Kings, and a very, very well defended game by the Peasants. I reckon if the Peasants had gone a little bit more aggressive at the beginning, we might not have been able to strike out so hard, and it could have changed things. But I also think that the Kings played that one out really well. We managed to defend all of our angles, and it was a pretty decent time. And particularly with the Kings that can build those defenses, it's pretty tough to jump in at the beginning unless you really push those corners. I think that was a good job by everyone. Yes, that's the oh, I must have been given an infinite resources thing right at the end. Oh dear. Alright, let's get the next one starting to run. Tank Tom will take care of that, and I'll have a quick look in and see what chat's been saying. Been quite a few chats over there. Why can't you put the lab with ticks repeat on auto roam? I could put them on, I could set the units to roam coming out of the lab, but that's not necessarily what I want them to do. I want them to run through and be where I want them to be. Sometimes they'll build up, but as you saw in the game, that can be a good thing if you utilize them. Yes, so many units Zamtex. One of the things that I like about this event is that it doesn't really feel like PvP, even though it is PvP. So you can't game it like you game the bots, but you end up just you can tell it's controlled by players, but it doesn't feel tense and stressful like it normally does. And it lets everyone get to those high techs. It lets everyone try those early pushes. People who want to be defensive can be defensive. People who want to eco can eco. There's optimal builds as per usual, but it just sort of comes down to the players. And it's one of the nice things that the mods do let us do is they open up these lobbies for more people to play, so it's one of the opportunities to get those bigger games.
Yeah.
What was the Giga Juggernaut? That was a Scavs Epic Com. Those units are not normally available in the game, but because we've got Flow and Nightmare here, they can drop stuff like that in. You definitely don't see the Raptors that we ran into quite scarily a few times. I did not expect one to pop up on my com early game. That was quite funny. Uzi, yeah, that one is actually my favorite of all of the King of the Hill map. That was the first King of the Hill map, so it'll always have a special place for me. But Raptors is more suitable for the bigger games. It does have more attack avenues, does have more spots for more people, and so that one is the go-to. Yeah, Twiggy actually missed a really good one. I reckon we might end up casting that one for the weekend if it works.
Okay, do you want to rotate out the Kings this time? I'm guessing I'll probably jump out to cast with you.
Yeah, I'm going to jump out to cast as well. But yes, we should rotate some Kings out. Anyone who wants to be a King who thinks that they have the ability to get to at least a Fusion and T2 Lab Eco by the 10-minute mark, do please jump on in.
I have to try and catch all the bonuses as they disappear. How many have we got? We've got 50, so that's...
The Kings definitely did do a T2 push, and that it can be quite hard to defend against, but the pressure in that early game wasn't really there to get the Kings off balance. The Kings were like, they really were left to their own devices, and the early push out, so things like the Jag push out on the top side of the map, that was 10 Jags. 10 Jags is not a crazy thing to defeat if you work together, if you get those co-op corner eco positions. One of the things which is really interesting is with the new topography of the map, the lava basin is a basin. You have to attack up ground, which really slows down those Jags. The last time I played in Throne, the T2 had a ludicrously hard time pushing out because we were just stuck in that bowl. and the peasants were very nicely defended above it, and it was very hard to break through. There are a couple of things which allowed us to break through this time. Players didn't check any of the topography areas. There's a few spots where bots can sneak through that you wouldn't normally expect. If you've played the Kings games before, then you'll definitely know about those spots. But that's always a good thing to look at. One of the things you may or may not have noticed in at the beginning of the game when I was building my my walls, I used F2, I believe it was, to bring up the topography map. It might be different for grid keys. I know I'm definitely on Legacy. And with that topography, I was able to determine where to put my walls so that nothing could sneak around them. Good day, Dorian. I'm just gonna make that window a little bit bigger because I can't see the edge of it. That one did pop off. Jill, looks like you've found someone to chat to in the chat, mentioning it was quite quiet, but Dorian has jumped on in popcorn and downloads. Good times all around. G'day, J Frost. I see you in game a fair bit. In fact, I see you in game right now, and I also see you in chat. New map changes. Yes, the bots can't completely ignore the topography, but there are a few spots where they can sneak through. I think there's 2 or 3 on each side. If you chuck a wall there and some defenses, it's very hard to push through because they can only walk through one at a time. Think about holding the breach at Helm's Deep, or a little bit of 300 action, just a tiny bit of defenses there. Combat 1, give it a go. Worst that can happen is you have a bit of fun. You'll see that there's an entire range of players here on the Peasants team, all the way from a 1 OS up to a 32, and sometimes we even get all the way up to the high 60s.
I think we're looking...
But as long as you sort of consider your roles a little bit, then you should have no trouble whatsoever with joining on in, whether you're someone that wants to help in one of the eco corners to boom through the rest of the game, or someone who wants to be on that front line getting in at 10 minutes, or defending those early pushes. There's always a spot and always a role that someone can play.
It's always satisfying getting that group of units that you can sneak past, group them all up, squeeze them past the LOT on the edge of the defensive line, and then break on through.
Well, twice in that game, a handful of ticks broke a line and managed to do ludicrous damage. I got I think it was 16 APHIS with 5 ticks.
Yep.
And then I also got a nice chunk of fusions, vision, all of the good stuff. It let me sneak on through behind and route the front line, and destroy the back line of a front line that was routing us, which was very satisfying. Very satisfying.
Much easier to go around the front line and take them out from behind than it is to fight through those defenses.
The biggest lesson I try to remember, because I forget it every single time, is that you're better off going somewhere that the defenses aren't.
Yeah, if you can't get through here, go somewhere else.
Looks like Dorian has got himself a Pingu style dinner. I'm hearing a Newt Newt in chat for those of you that grew up on Pingu. Love that show. Supreme Commander was a great game, though I have to say I'm enjoying Bar even more, but I also have played more Bar than Supreme Commander. StarCraft used to be my jam. I may or may not have relied on being a random player to get a lot of my ranking. It certainly helps when you know what you are and what they are, and they don't know what you are.
I'm just gonna lock this for a sec so that we can finish
Espera, Newt Newt, yes, yes.
Just that one download we're waiting for, and then it'll be good to go.
While we're waiting, I've had a very great time in Australia. Officeworks has had some Lamy pens on sale. Usually they're about $50 in Australia, but they were on sale at Officeworks where you could get 2 for $20 because they're clearing some old stock. As it turns out, the promo where you get a biro and a fountain pen, not quite as successful as they thought. Mostly because I reckon half the people that want a Lamy pen just want the fountain pen, and the rest just want the biro. But I've been trying it with some new ink, but unfortunately the ink that I want to buy is a German exclusive, so I'm having a bit of trouble picking that one up. Alright, Tang Tang, do you want to post those rules in there? We've got a couple of people asking about it. And for those of you on stream, once we launch into the game, we will get onto that. I think everyone is ready though, so once we post those rules in, we will give this one a start. There those rules are. Give everyone a little bit of time to read them.
Should be on the welcome message at the moment as well. If I did the thing I think I did.
Yeah. Yes, it doesn't look like it's on the... It doesn't look traversable, so it's not something people would check. That definitely is true, though not something that we can fix easily, unfortunately.
Yes, when you play with the magic of getting all the levels right so that you can have the moats, it does some interesting things to the terrain.
We actually should put a thing in the rules that say, bear in mind, some of the terrain is traversable.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea, yeah. Combat Wombat. So this is an event that we host every Sunday night. Or Sunday night for Australia. So same time each week we will be here hosting this one. Sometimes it gets this big, sometimes it doesn't. It comes down to whether or not the moderators are happy to open the lobby up or not, which they have been recently. If we're not live on the official, we will be live on our own channels, which is AllReasonNoLogic on Twitch and YouTube. We also have a Discord if you want to hang out and be part of the conversation. We also do versus AI on Wednesdays if you want to catch up with us. On those days we're in the general channel with everyone compared to off on our own doing casting.
I should return to battle. That'll be useful.
And if in Combat Wombat, if you're asking about whether you can just play the game, King of the Hill is the thing we do, but the game itself is available all the time. It is free, available on the Beyond All Reason website, so feel free to download it and get in here. You will have a good time. The mods do post a link every now and then in the chat. I think there is one somewhere up here. I might be able to find it for you and post it. We'll see whether it lets me post it. There we go. So yes, if you're asking about whether the game is available at all times, unless the servers go down, which I'm yet to see happen this year.
Yeah, I don't reckon I've seen that at all.
The individual server that you're on might crash, but that's also not that common, and usually happens to us because we're doing things like this. I'm going to take this quick opportunity while everyone's getting set up to grab a drink, and I'll be back in about 20-30 seconds.
No, that's right. So what have we got with everyone here at the moment? We've got some regular looking names in the middle. You can see those are all the players are getting set up to basically take 2 ramps each for the kings. The peasants around the outside, we've got some concentrations in the corners. I'm expecting that we're going to see some decent economies coming out of these corners, which is what we love to see. The corners often end up getting a very similar amount of economy compared to the kings in the middle. Having all of those players work together to get the T2 out, it's not uncommon to see the peasants getting the T2 labs up before the kings do in the middle. They can't necessarily keep pace with them, but we have seen instances where some of the corners have been able to match or beat some of the kings. Just that working together and teamwork can do a lot of good. What we like to see from the peasants is some defenses on each of the ramps, and then having those units ready to rock and roll once you hit that 10-minute mark, because if you go at 10 minutes, there is more than likely going to be a gap somewhere. If you wait till 12 or 13, most of those gaps get plugged pretty quickly, but sneaking those couple of units in can start that pressure, and once the pressure's on, if you can just maintain that and keep pushing, then sooner or later, something's got to give. And more often than not, it means that you get a tick into the converters, and the converters go boom. Which is what we love to see. Looks like we're almost ready to get going here. I've got one of the kings is still missing. That'll be what we're waiting for. We'll see how this ends up going. Lots of pings coming out as everyone tries to organise themselves for these corners, working out who gets what. And it looks like...
Sam up in chat. We will do a full explanation when the game kicks off, because the start of the game is always very much so the same, so we'll run through fully there. Though we do have a king that hasn't connected, so we may end up having to redo this one, because we can't run it with too few kings. We're getting some moderator shenanigans. Fingers crossed that it doesn't. Fingers crossed that it doesn't break the replay. Yeah, Nightmare.
That we just go stop and
Yep.
restart.
Battle ended.
Just gonna cycle another king in, and then we'll get right back into the action. Sorry about that, everyone.
Let's keep... How many kings we got? 65. Yep, I will move the other one out.
Yep.
We can go back. And who's the one that didn't join?
Good question.
That's what I'm looking
Which
for.
then
So looking for one more. There we go.
yep.
No.
Need
There we go.
one more king.
Was it
Sounds
Hot
like
Potato
Hot
that we've
Potato
been
wants to
moving
be
back out?
king. Yeah, Hot Potato wants to be king. Let's find Hot Potato.
There we go. Get the bonus. And now I'm suspecting.
Righty then. There we go. Should be ready to run. Let's lock this one down. Let's get this one started up. And let's go to the races.
Back to the downloads.
That's right. Looks like the download is complete. Let's get a ring. And then 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beck. Beck. And let's get... Oh, we got to download. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, that last one.
Escanor. Let's... There we go. Now we're in it. Download sim indeed. What we need you to do is just have a copy of the 3 maps that we use as part of the base files. Give us all of the things. That's worthy of dev time, right, guys? Right? That's something that they should be wasting their time on because of a custom game that we've made. Yes, yes. Now, just a heads up, depending on how long this one goes, this may be the last one of the night. If it is a nice sub-half-hour one, it will definitely not be. But if it runs for closer to an hour, it probably will be. We'll see how we go for time.
I can see we've got a couple of comments asking about like the king's advantages and some of the rules and things, so once we get rocking and rolling, we'll jump into those properly.
We're totally not going to attempt to record a video at the same time because we all have a busy week coming up. No, we wouldn't do that. We're professionals.
We'd never be late.
Yes. Yes, give us the newts.
like the noughts and crosses across the map.
This is one of the great things. Circle, circle, cross, cross. Unfortunately, they can't actually see my my drawing in because I am a spectator.
Why are you drawing on that?
I did draw a little bit. I see you waving as Pingu in the chat, Jill. There you go, we got another newt newt. Use the tools, newt the newts.
I reckon we're
Alright,
probably
let's give
getting
this one
pretty
a
close
force
to...
start.
We can't do the four-star
Battle
vote.
started.
There we go.
Hello and welcome everyone to AllReasonNoLogic's King of the Hill. Today we have a juicy one where we have ourselves 67 peasants against 9 kings. In the middle, in the pink trunks, we have our kings. These players have a plus 51% bonus. And around the outside, the 67 players are going to have to work together to try and overcome those odds. Question is, can they do it? Peasants have been favored recently, but we can't guarantee that'll last forever. All it takes is a couple of strong kings lanes, because individually they can crush any one place they run through. Now, what about those rules? As I said, 51% bonus for the kings. That means that they get 51% more metal, they get 51% more energy, and they get 51% more conversion. However, build power is a problem. One of the things you can do when you start running low on that unit cap, because yes, unit cap will be a problem, not so much as when there's 100 players, but it may still run into a problem. You need to start thinking smart. You've got to convert all of your build turrets over to something with slightly more build power, like the decoy comms. And other than that, there is no air on. You cannot use your defensive structures in an offensive manner, so make sure when you build them far enough back that they're not going to hit any infrastructure on the other teams. The big one here is Junos. Do not, if you are a peasant, do not Juno inside the crater. If you are a king, do not Juno outside the crater. Everything else is pretty much fair game. Now, as the kings, what do you want to win? Well, you want to be getting yourself a large number of T1 builders. 5 is a pretty good number. You want to grab as much of this metal as possible. You want to put down your wind. You want to scale that eco really nicely for that first 10 minutes. If you manage to get yourself a fusion reactor and a T2 lab, you're in with units by that 10-minute mark. You're in a pretty good spot. We have seen APHIS up, but that is quite the risky play. If you're in the middle, you have 8 mexes. You don't need the units, but though it's good to have the ability to build them to reinforce your lanes. But realistically, what you want to be doing is powering the kings to a early T3 push and end. Around the outside, there are three main areas. You've got these high ground corners. These are what we would consider to be co-op corners. In these corners, you want to work together to get that early T2 lab. We see one right here. It is a sub 3-minute T2 lab with that constructor coming out. Feed those constructors to the people around you. Give your team more metal. The more metal your whole team has, the better. If you're directly in front of a lane, I would highly recommend some sort of defenses, or you can be a mad lad and you can run yourself straight down that ramp with as many units as you can at 10 minutes and see if you can overwhelm the kings. If you're in one of these ridge positions, definitely grab yourself units and go in at that 10-minute mark. Put pressure on the kings. The aggressive team does well. What have I missed, Tank Tom?
I think you've managed to cover pretty much all of it.
Haha! It's almost like I've been doing this for a little while. Joining me in the casting booth today is Tank Tom. Twig is having some baby troubles tonight, so no Twig today. Now, Tank Tom, who do you think is favored to win? We do have a pretty large number of peasants, but we also have some pretty strong kings. Emir at 67 we know can absolutely cook his lane, but we also have seen some great plays out of Cookado and Manbear Pig tonight as well.
I reckon my money's probably on the kings at this stage of the game. We've got some familiar names in there. It's not
Commander
quite as many peasants around the
self-destructed.
outside as what we have seen before. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not seeing the giant ecos getting rolling in the corners. We've got some T2 co-ops, but there's not the concerning, fusion being dropped already
Oh.
like we've seen before.
Look at the top
Commander
right-hand corner.
self-destructed.
That's not what you want to see. Just remember, each lab is 3,000 metal, which means that there is 6,000 metal being wasted in this corner that does not
Oh.
need to be.
Yeah, ideally you like to see those three players working together, getting a T2 lab between them. By all means, get your own T2 lab close to the
Commander
10-minute mark so that you can
self-destructed.
reduce the units.
Commander
But
self-destructed.
One, sharing it across, getting all those mexes upgraded, and then moving back into production definitely helps out.
Something in the interesting up in this corner, the top right-hand corner just below the cliffs. Normally we would say do not build your wind and your conversion this close up. We're big advocates for those lines of two that do not self-perpetuate explosions. However, King of the Hill can be slightly different. If you're building in a position like this, if the kings are already up here, regardless of how you have your wind and your conversion laid out, you're probably going to lose it. I would still separate the conversion out just so it's not an easy target. But if the kings are here, you're probably in big trouble anyway, so don't have so much of a problem building there, and the extra efficiency is just nice. Not to mention space becomes a really big issue on these maps. So
Oh yeah.
Commander
you'll hear me
self-destructed.
say that, but you'll also hear me if I am a king and I find something like that, cackling with joy and glee.
Yeah, it's always great when you can come across all those dots nicely spaced close together. Particularly when the first thing you find is a converter and then everything just goes pop from there. You go, sweet, job done. How far's that gonna go?
Just one thing to remember is that if only a single tick makes it through, they can pop a converter real quick, but it does take them a while to start the chain reaction on the wind.
But
Not
once
to
the
mention
chain
they may
reaction
actually
goes,
be blown up.
I will happily
yeah.
sacrifice
The
a
other thing
tick
is
to
that-
pop an economy.
Oh, definitely. But the other thing is that if you leave the tick too close to the windmill explosion will kill the tick. So there is always the opportunity for safety right there. We are 6 minutes in, so about 3 minutes to go. The Kings are pretty light on their defenses, which I find to be very scary. We're also not too heavy into the eco for anyone at the moment. A lot of the players relied on that T2 coming from the middle player, which is not the play that I would recommend, honestly.
It has to walk a long
You
way.
do gain metal from reclaiming your T2 lab, and you do need more than one T2 constructor.
I'm not against having, say, one or two players, whoever's closest to the middle lab, assisting with it, but you still have to get your own lab up at some stage anyway to get out to those outer maxes.
Commander
We're not really
self-destructed.
seeing, 7.5 minutes. I'd love to be seeing a fusion at least for most players being built.
Yeah.
I'm not
8 minute
seeing...
fusion is sort of the go. It is definitely the go. And things like
Commander
going into these early
self-destructed.
units is going to be problematic, particularly for players that have sub 1,000 energy income. For example, Bondman doesn't technically need his fusion because he's got nearly
Commander
1,500 just in wind.
self-destructed.
But if you're not going to be going that heavily into wind, the fusion is definitely the needed thing.
The nice thing about a
Thankfully, though.
fusion is that it stabilizes your power, so that when the
Yeah.
wind drops, you don't get screwed over quite as hard.
The average wind on this map is, I believe it's 13, maybe 12. Actually, I think it's 12.
14.9.
Oh yeah, we can mouse over that, can't we?
Yeah, we can.
Average wind 14.9, which means that metal for metal, your wind is going to be significantly more efficient than getting the fusion, but there's a reason why everyone scales with fusions and APHIS. They are the smart money. Looking around the map, the peasants have started getting some pretty strong lines of defenses up. We see walls, we see LLTs, we see units. I do like unit-based defenses more than the building-based defenses.
Units are much better at dodging.
Anyone who did watch me tonight did see me turtle up like crazy on throne, but that was my job. That was the position I was in. Didn't come into play too much. The peasants did not go super offensive, but I did use my comm to bring people back in, which was quite nice. But we are most certainly going to be in an interesting position. I actually reckon that the peasants are in favor of this one. We have quite a lot of open lanes with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, seeing labs come down at the 9.5 minute mark. I know I've definitely done it before, but it's always that risk, because if you get hammered, you've got nothing to stop it.
We do have a player that is firing a little bit early up here. Those units do need to not be doing that. Unfortunately, it's very hard for us to police it. Thankfully, it does look like it's only going to cost one beamer, so I'm not too concerned about that. But 10 minutes, the lava has dropped. Looking around the map, all of the white specks are units, and we do have some heavy unit pushes coming in. I reckon that the danger units...
Bottom left side is going to be the real critical point by the look of it.
It certainly seems
big
that
ball
way.
of pigs on their way.
Bonman going with a defense that is quite pulled back. These twin guards doing good against the blitzers, but the blitzers are starting to make their way past. The blitzers there is a single blitz that looks like he's going to get well and truly through, maybe a couple more. This is not great for Bondman, particularly since his economy is so bunched up. Will only take a few shots to break this. Oh, unfortunately, the wrong targets have been picked, but the one...
saved by the twin guard in the back corner.
But it doesn't matter on the other side. We do have peasants that have managed to break through into this players. They're going to get the fusion. They've grabbed the build power already, and we're not seeing a reaction out of Cookido.
Would love to see that middle player swing units. And there we go, those units coming across that left side. However, that pink player is essentially out of the fight at this point.
They are, and with those units swinging up to this top side, there's also now being the secondary push with the T2 units going into Bondman is here, and these are all the long ranges. There's only a handful of Sheldons, but they are doing what they need to do. And there is a gap. This gap could be huge. This one blitz, can it make it in? Can it do the damage? It just needs to be manually controlled to stay away from that comm. Oh, it's going to get it. It's going to get the conversion. Yeah. Thankfully, it doesn't chain react too far beyond that line. Not the end of the world, but the build power is starting to go down. Thankfully, though, the Jags coming in to clean this one up. Does look like the Kings are going to survive this day and push back, and they've got a nice metal field to reclaim and get going. We do need the players to jump back into action, though.
I do like that about how Bondman's set up his defenses. He's got access to all the metal for things that have died, because they've died down on that plateau.
Does look like a single gremlin is making its way into the base. It should be spotted. It's going to pop the conversion for the pink player. The pink player does need to eat that before it turns invisible. Doesn't look like that is going to happen. It is invisible again. No pings though, which means that this gremlin is going to continue to wander around. Just remember, if you are the player in the middle, please do get a counter intrusion. That one helps the entire team, and it also means that you're not going to be super vulnerable to this unit jumping in and taking out. Yes, if this unit gets into the conversion, if it gets into the build power, it's going to be a bad time. But nobody is any the wiser for it. Oh, could this be a lucky... Nope. Nope. The res bots are not going to be a lucky intercept. That is unfortunate. What is
that enough to pop the build power in a single shot, or not quite?
No. So they have a DPS of 87, and a build turret has a
yep.
HP of 560, which means it will take about 4 seconds to kill. 5 seconds to kill a. Oh no, about 4 seconds to kill that. This is bad. This is really bad.
There's no
This
way
whole
to
thing's
get
going
to
to
it
go up.
to protect that.
All you have to do is pop a couple of those wins, and the entire lot's going to go.
Yep.
Oh dear, you
like
cannot build like this as a king.
They're just looking
Commander
to see what's...
self-destructed.
and the arrows have been drawn.
The arrow, yeah, that is the attack vector. It doesn't matter if it gets seen, so long as the player doesn't react to it. Oh no. Oh, come on, fire.
You can do it.
The player isn't reacting. You've got to eat these units. You have got to eat these units. Oh, that's the entire base.
And there's the response.
There's the response. A bit late on that one. That is a lot going down right there. That is the power of a gremlin, my friends. That is the power of a gremlin, and it right now could actually pop these converters too, because it knows its life is essentially done. It does not take many shots to pop a converter. I think it is 3 shots to pop a converter.
Yep, 3 shots to a converter there.
Ouch. And it's gone, and the units just are not there to deal with it. It's going to try and grab the... there we go. Got eaten. Very nice. A lot of damage done by a single gremlin, though. Fantastic plays. We need to see these players getting it back online. The problem is that the other kings are taking advantage of this situation with a sniper push backed up by T1. They're pushing into the lane that has no build power. So this is where the middle player needs to step in and really do their mustard. We do have some persecutors being built offensively. Those do need to go if we do have moderators listening. Got to be using those defensively, not offensively. The reason we leave them in the game is because defending some of this stuff can be too difficult without them, but we are getting to a point where I think we might just have to get rid of them. We might just have to write some code to get rid of them, because they are not really being used defensively, and when they get used offensively, it is a big problem. Because it just denies, this entire area is effectively denied by a persecutor, which is not what we want to see.
That is a lot of gremlins that are prepping for marching at the moment. Down on that bottom right hand side. We'll see if they can sneak their way past the defences. It's always much nicer seeing them from this perspective rather than when you're in-game seeing the little flashing dots and you start panicking going, oh god, how do I actually see the thing hit it? I don't know about you, but I found one of the most effective ways is to just run things into it. When you bump into it, you can actually see it.
Oh yeah. I struggle to deal with stealthy units in this game. Even when you can see them with the counter intrusion, they still manage to sneak around a lot. There we go, those have been removed. Sorry about that to the peasants that got affected by it. Did not see it until well and truly into it. We have more here as well.
It looks like we've got the kings have managed to stabilize relatively well. You know, they're still alive, they haven't fallen yet. And the economies are relatively even.
Yes, Cookado has managed to grab themselves quite the economy explosion in the middle. And that should definitely help, and because we have fewer players, the unit cap should be much more balanced. We're also seeing, as we normally see out of Amir, his classic demon push at around about that 15 to 18 minute mark. These things are crazy, and hopefully with Bondman's range support, they'll do a good job. The thing which is crazy about the demons is how quickly they can pop those comms, and if you move them with ground, and if you use ground fire commands, as Twig is very much a fan of, you can pop those invisible units. very easily. We're seeing it right
Commander
here as they pop
destroyed.
all those as well, and I missed it, but the combo got taken out in a similar fashion as well.
Great to see that spam coming out of both of the players because it's got the population cap to make it work. Just having those units in front of your, like your Sheldons and your Demons, goes a long way to keeping them alive that much longer.
It very much so does. I'm a big fan of backing up these pushes with the spam, though the spam does die very quickly to the flames of the demons as well. If it is done, we do see Kinex trying to get in a good position to take out these demons, but only looks like he'll grab one, maybe two.
Commander
But now he is
destroyed.
invisible
Just
and
the
taken
one.
out, and that is a big chain reaction that has been followed through. These demons are going to
Commander
keep pushing
destroyed.
up through. We do have a lot of comms trying to work their way in, but the spam is still somewhat around them. But I do reckon ARNL is going to get a great D-gun too right there, but that's going to be another
Commander
comm quickly
destroyed.
taken out. And we
And
do
this
have
economy
damage
is
getting
right
on
on the
that
front.
Aphis. It only needs a oh no!
So
Oh,
close.
come on. Just a tiny bit more. There we
Commander
go.
has
Big
died.
boom. Big boom right there. And all the comms taken out as part of that as well. Those 3 demons are free to walk up. This is going to be an eco corner taken out ludicrously early.
And that
one
T3
of the
lab
great
isn't
things-
going to be up in time. I'd love to see some units coming out of that T2 lab in the corner just to get something in front. However, at this stage,
But
Commander
against-
has died.
it's going to be rough
Against
no matter
that many
what.
demons. Yes, but we do have a good D-gun coming in. Unfortunately, though, the comm is now visible, and that demon should be able to take it out
Commander
before it
has
turns
died.
visible again.
Commander
And
has
Tutsoka
died.
is a little slow to react on this one.
Commander
And so
destroyed.
those Karganets are going to get in, even if the comm gets in place to take out the demons. So this is going to be a co-op corner cleaned up completely, which will allow Amir to either scale a little bit or to start moving around the map that little bit more. If he does move around that map a little bit more, then we're going to see a lot of pressure put on these side lanes. Pushing up will clear these players over here very quickly, which will free up Pink to start helping get onto this next co-op corner. These right and left positions are the weakest in the game because they do not have players to back them up. Does look like all this is being cleaned up. However, there is a wreckage of an Aphis here, which means there is potential for this corner to get back into it slowly if they do decide to. Does look like the pressure is shifting along. Let's jump over to the top left-hand side where the peasants are getting a nice push in. These snipers doing a decent job right now of backing the units out, the spam stopping the vanguards from being as effective as they possibly could be, the mammoths having to move across to try and cover this. I think this will be enough to clean it up for now, but those snipers will be doing ludicrously efficient damage onto those
Those
onto
couple
the
of
peasants.
rovers may get into the wind farm there, but they're getting
Commander
eaten by the
destroyed.
build towers. Would love to see them.
Very slowly though,
But yeah.
and
Although-
a missile from the Titan
Yep.
doing a great job cleaning that one up. If you position your units, a lot of the time something like that will happen. A shot from a vanguard, a missile from another unit, they do not discriminate, so keep that one up, do your best. Does look like that push has been slowed down for now though. Jumping over to the bottom left hand side, it does look like Bondman, who was assaulted like crazy in the beginning, has got his revenge and has pushed up the ramp with the combined forces of Amir's T1 helping clean a lot of the, helping give vision and clean a lot of this up. Bondman
hits
is
making
on
their
the
way in.
offensive again.
On that bottom left side, we've got
Commander
a
has
couple of
died.
ticks making it into that. What is that for you? Pink player.
It is in fact the yellow player for me, and they have managed to grab some of the
yep.
conversion. There is one more tick that is heading into
Oh.
the very middle of the map. Do it! Do it! Do it!
There's enough build power that it's going to survive for a while,
No!
but
No! But the thing is, the tick is getting to max rank. It will eventually out heal, and that is going to pop so much of the
Commander
base.
destroyed.
yep, when this goes,
It's even in range. That's big. That's big.
Yeah.
That's
Has
big.
died.
Unfortunately, that is going to make the time that Cookado is in the match. It's going to take a while for him to rebuild that.
he's still got a
Thankfully,
bunch
though,
of his
time
build
production
power.
is still
It
crazy.
didn't chain react through absolutely
And-
everything.
and that's because of good base design, and there is still 833 metal being produced at any given time, but there is an excess of 20k energy, which thankfully is going to be funding everything else. The push on the bottom half of the map continues though, as all of Bondman's Sheldons are now reaping havoc with so much spam in front of them that I don't really see this being cleaned up except for through some bad micro. There are fat boys that could get some great shots here, as well as some pulsars that are cleaving through these units. But bit by bit, units are being taken out,
doing
and
what it does.
Kings can afford to trade somewhat inefficiently, provided that they are taking ground. If they're taking ground, then they will have a good time. Emir, as I said, no trouble pushing through these two players up the top. These guys do desperately need the reinforcements, but they just were not given them, and it does look like some APHIS built precariously close to the edge, but the question is, describe the player view. Unfortunately, the Kings did not know they were there, which means they could not target them, so just far enough back that vision was not granted. But with now the pink players spam assisting Emir's demons, these units are powering through, and that means the defenses that are needed to hold back the orange tide are going to be taken out from the side, and the orange tide will be able to join the battle. Comms not being used effectively enough to take out these demons, and the demons just torching their way through absolutely everything. The King's doing a fantastic job on this side of things. It does look like the Titans being pushed back on the left side of the map by some spam, and also just trying to get on the defensive. The peasants in the top left side are doing a great job with vanguards and snipers to push their way in. Unfortunately, they're getting a little bit ahead of the spam, which means they can start taking some casualties. The snipers doing a good job of dealing with the rapid response since they were being brought forward. This is a potential lane of weakness, and so the attack was called off by Crocado, and Crocado has managed to make their way up into the proper defensive positions. This lane should be just fine for the time being.
Commander has died.
Ooh, that command was close. I'll assume beams, that's why.
Yep. Just, I believe that may even have been some friendly fire.
Vanguards.
Vanguards, yep, did not see those. These Vanguards are very strong to use against the Kings. The only thing stronger, I reckon, is the catapults, because you can fire through shields with catapults, but the Vanguard's abilities to move up and down cliffs does give you the ability to move to very relative safety very relatively quick. But the demons are pushing through. We have had this top right-hand side essentially fall. So this is half of the map falling to the King's side, and for the first time in the game, the Kings are now ahead on eco. That is not the sign you want to see. Unfortunately, though, the peasants just were not able to get offensive quite hard enough, and the units that did get offensive enough were not quite controlled enough to break through.
They weren't far off,
and do the damage in the places that they needed. Oh, they were super close. They were super close. It's just
they popped 2 or 3 bases essentially, and they were probably only one more leak away from actually completely crippling the Kings.
Got to make sure you get that balance right as the peasants between offense and defense. I do like the offensive angle. On the bottom side of the map, the peasants have managed to build a wall, and they have managed to stop any further ingress. Plenty of pulsars, plenty of pop-ups, and plenty of units holding everything back here. We'll see how long it takes to punch through and what sort of mass is needed. I don't think
that is a lot of Titans pushing into that bottom left corner.
Oh yes it is. Though they're going to take a lot of damage because they do not have the spam. So here we have a com walking in.
Oh, that's going to take a huge toll.
Oh no, yes!
Commander
destroyed. Oh no. The first D-gun was good, but the second one missed. If that had been just a little bit more effective, I reckon we could have halved the number of Titans.
Ooh, but that's a good D-gun.
Another com walking in, there we go. And this is the problem with those T3 assaults. The T3 assaults are so vulnerable to comms, and we're down from what was a ludicrous number of Titans to just a handful. However, a handful is still enough to rein in a lot of damage. one more comm coming in. Early D-gun though. And walking away. What a strat right there.
Commander
I'd have gone
has
in
died.
for all three.
Yeah. However, it means that he can go
And-
invis again.
See, and this is the thing, you've got to walk in a bit closer to the Titans before you fire off that D-gun, but we have had this cleaned up, and there's now a nice hefty chunk of 45,000 metal available for the peasants to take. But while that has been happening, some of the defences have not been available for this right-hand side, and the Kings have managed to gain another couple of feet. Plenty of pulsars dishing damage, but it does look like, even though the demons have been destroyed, the mammoths are MVP, and they're just going to keep wandering
Commander
on in.
has died.
And they have found themselves the conversion. All they have to do is fire on it, and that'll be a good time. That should chain react nicely, kill a bunch of the build power, and we should see some happy days. There we go. Good chain reaction there. And they are going to be able to take out the fusion and the APHIS. That's going to be a lot of ground taken for the Kings. Looking at the top side of the map, similar story. The Kings are just winging their way around. There is just so much pressure going on them. Unfortunately, the peasants did do a couple of the peasants did do a good job of getting in there nice and early, but just not enough at this stage.
Yeah, once the Kings get up onto that top level and start rolling around, it gets real tough to hold them back.
Crazy thing is the peasants still managing a half-decent push into the base. They've got a low-ground Sheldon ball. They've had vanguards that are just shelling.
Has
The vanguards are up to 29 kills, but I bet they've got a heck of a lot more damage than 29 kills worth. But the Titans are here to push everything back. One of the things that I do want to see, there are plenty of invisible units still available. I want to see those ones going in. We also have a decent amount of spam that's heading down towards the bottom, that's heading in towards the King on the bottom left-hand side. Spam unfortunately gets taken out rather easily by Karganeths. Karganeths I did not expect to be ludicrously good spam killers, but they are. One missile to kill a tick, and infinitely firing missiles that retarget after they have been fired and the tick is destroyed. So they are a good time. The spam has been moved on, so the danger there is over. No danger bingo there. I want to follow the Invigilators. Sorry, the Gremlins. I was reading the person's name. As these try to find a way in. Unfortunately, though, the counter-intrusion is seemingly nice and active. Nope, it's not counter-intrusion. It's just been some lucky shots firing on them. The units making their way around, sneaking past those Razorbacks, and this potentially could be big, but with those Titans walking through, the gap has closed. Where do you reckon you could sneak these ones in, Tank Tom?
I almost reckon...
No. Oof. That's unfortunate.
Commander has died.
Okay, they got a conversion. That's something.
Yeah. I almost reckon coming down through the left side. Yep, through there. Exactly where the plan is.
Through there? Yeah. Yep.
That's where the opening is. That's where you can get the big eco. If these can sneak on through, that could be huge.
And that line is not from us, that line was from the players themselves, so hopefully we'll see some good things out of those units. They just have to make it in. And they could actually, there are so many, you could pop this APHIS Eco in the middle. And if you pop the APHIS Eco in the middle, all you have to do is kill the units, because this will chain react through to the pink player, through to the brown player, and down to the pink player at the bottom. If they
the entire right-hand side, essentially. Oh.
Don't go that way.
Follow your line.
So this is the big thing. You do not have to attack your own lane. As a peasant, you do not have to attack your own... Oh god. They are being annihilated.
Yep.
Why? Commander has died.
Oh,
if there's a chance to make it into the middle, go into the middle.
Take it.
Commander has
you
died.
do not have to fight your own lane. This is not Claymore, where you have to kill your own king. No, this is find the hole and push the hole.
Looks like we've got a good group of spam on this left side, building up so that they've actually got a critical mass so they can try and punch through things. Which is what you want to try and do at this stage of the game. If you just run a line in, they'll get picked off. But if you can get that massive units to charging, ideally together,
definitely together is what's needed. But right now, with these Titans
Commander
bearing in
destroyed.
and very few comms left, only 20 left on the map, we're going to need to see some ludicrously good D-guns. Let's see, can Neodork do it? He is getting nice and close. That is 3 with the first D-gun.
Commander destroyed.
4 total Titans
Commander
taken out.
destroyed.
Not too bad at all, though that still leaves that gate wide open, and these Titans are going to march on in. I don't think there's enough to stop them up in this corner anymore, and some juicy chain reactions just waiting to happen.
Oh yeah.
We also have the Demons pushing up again, the Demons just being ludicrously effective at taking units out. Their DPS is crazy. They have they're all dead.
Commander destroyed.
They have a DPS of 1606. If you compare that to a Titan that has DPS of 1052 to 1455, but bear in mind that requires the entire laser to hit. The Demon has that as an AoE, which means anything in its path gets absolutely destroyed. Does look like these Titans are getting cleaned up though. Snipers in mass are absolutely taking these units out. There are
And there's pulsars
slightly on that low ground. And the pulsars doing good damage, the Titans doing good damage, the surround bonus. This area may yet live for a little while, but it only will take a handful of shots. There we go, that is, and this is why positioning is so important. I mentioned it before when Cookido did have his conversion taken out, it only chain reacted to some of the build power, and that was it. This time the conversion was fed alongside the Aphis, so as soon as you cracked the first bit of that conversion, everything was doomed. So even though it was cleaned up at a cost. Do you know the crazy thing? Metal income is actually pretty even depending on where the reclaim is at any given time. So even though there's only one corner left, that one corner has done a lot. Has got a lot of
22 Aphis will do that.
Yep. But the Juggernauts are rolling now, and they're big spam ball. Does it look like this spam is going where it tried to send all the invisible tanks before?
Nope, they stopped.
Line for the invisible tanks. Unfortunately, though, the Razorbacks popping up just in time. Oh, I missed that. That's unfortunate. 1 comm, 2 Juggernauts. Nice work. But there is still 1 Juggernaut powering his way through, and it is going to be taken out by follower of Mask. Follower Mask surviving that one. Great D-gun right there. But there are more. There are always more at this stage of the game. 5 Juggernauts marching up the ramp, and this comm only has 1 more kill in him. The explosion will take this one out after 1 more kill. And
20
the Jugs are spread out, so
on the field for the Kings on their march.
Commander has died.
We do love seeing all of those Juggernauts on the march. It does look like this bottom right-hand side, sorry, the bottom left-hand side, but the right of the bottom left. Yes, confusing sentence either way. Did a phenomenal job of holding off the pressure from Bondman and from Amir. That is why Amir swapped sides of attack.
The fact that they've gone the hierarchy of the way around the map to come back to deal with this corner says a lot about how strong those defenses were.
Cracking the corners can be quite difficult if they manage to get those defenses up. But when you start rolling the Juggernauts in mass through these units with Razorback support, Fool manages to get 2 Juggernauts right there, but there is only 10 comms left. If the so far we've only really seen comms trading the rate of 2 to 1 Juggernauts, which means there should only be 20 Juggernaut kills left in the Kings, in the Peasants team from those comms. A nice grab of those Aphis in the bottom left-hand corner, and the Kings look like they may have this one.
These Thors are pushing in on this bottom side though. I don't think they'll make it all the way in, but they've got some spam in front of them.
The crazy thing is, based on what's here,
Commander
a handful
destroyed.
of behemoths would actually be able to push this area. It is unbelievable how tanky the behemoths are, and we have seen peasants nearly claim the victory from this position because they managed to roll 2 jugs and a behemoth into 2/3 the way into the king's base. They eliminated 2 players, but couldn't quite get any more than that. Unfortunately, though, it is the kings with the behemoths. Oof.
Commander has died.
Down to 9 comms left on the Kings team. Manages to take out a jug. The jug did get the Aphis, and this is looking to be a bit of a death march for the Kings. They're going to power into this corner. There has been an incredibly valiant effort by the peasants, but unfortunately, the strength of this Kings team was just a little bit too much. Kokaido doing so much damage in the late game, and Mia doing a phenomenal amount of damage in the early game, and the other players managing to hold and keep their opponents busy.
Good showing for the Kings this round.
Tonight's been a good time for the Kings.
They managed to hold off the early pushes. It got very close, but they were then able to stabilize and start pushing back out into the peasants. And they work together to crack that bottom right corner and then rotate their way around.
Commander destroyed.
So many explosions
Oh yeah.
in the bottom left. As the Juggernauts move their way in, we have Kokaido yelling at the peasants through all chat, "I have jugs for you." And that is one of the things, we did make a tier list a while ago, and we did rank the Juggernaut higher than the Behemoth. I think that is wrong, but, and this was the argument for it, the Juggernaut is a walking nuke. It doesn't actually have to get in to do its damage, it just has to get nearby and detonate. Something to bear in mind, if you do manually detonate them, the explosion is significantly bigger. Would love to see a manual detonation of one of these, just so that we can watch that mad explosion. And as you can see, that's exactly what happened. A couple of D-guns out on there killed two of those Juggernauts, and the explosion wiped most things out, and the Juggernauts fired on the Aegis to take out the last little bit there. One of the other things is if you do manage to get the self-detonation, it does not leave a corpse behind to be resurrected or reclaimed. So that is a good one to know. The behemoths that I mentioned have just managed to hit those defenses. A comet does take one of them out, but the others are rolling through, and we have plenty of support behind them. Look how much they're tanking. It's just like, oh, you have pulsars? Cool.
Let me get to that.
Cool. Yeah. Yes, I'll get to that eventually. Very nicely done. We have the Razorbacks in mass doing something similar on the other side. These pulsars were built to defend down the ramp, not off to the side. Com a little bit late on that response just there, so he's going to allow the Razorbacks to walk on through, but plenty of pulsar fire before it's going to be there. Another Juggernaut going down, but again, close enough to pop some of the power. And that's going to be basically all she wrote for this player. In the bottom, they no longer have the willpower to spend their resources on the negative, only spending 230, but generating 500. And that is we're down to 2 comms. Icy Tempest going for the Juggernaut D-Guns, gets 1, gets 2. Can he get 3? Not quite. Very good effort. Last comm, where is the last
top right
Top right. I kill you for fun as self-detonated
self-destructed.
Very noble act. The game was done, and that is a fair GG. Very well played to the Kings. We did have a super strong Kings team this time round. Kokaido, it had a ludicrously good build, and we do know Amir is someone to absolutely fear with that 67 OS. We have seen him take this corner position, I think 3 times at this point, and every single time he has managed to kill his corner with that same Demon and Karganeth push, so well done to him. But look at that eco that is left in the middle of the map. 37 plus 18. So that is 55 APHIS eco in the middle of the map. Without the extra peasants in there, without that unit cap, the Kings were managed to overwhelm. Very well played out of our strong Kings team, but really good defense out of the peasants. A little bit more damage in that at the start of the match, and you would have had this one.
I reckon at that, we look at wrapping this one up. It was great showing from both sides. Love to see that aggression. The peasants just couldn't quite connect with as much as they needed to in that early game, and the Kings managed to roll out and around from there. But great job to both sides.
Indeed, I'll just pop that one in the chat. And that has been a successful night. We had 3 King victories, which is a massive turn from what we've been having recently. It has been almost entirely peasant wins for a while. So, and the bonuses were less tonight than they have been recently for the Kings. So these lobbies are a little bit more in line with what we were expecting. Thank you very much to everyone for joining us. Big thanks to the regulars that jump on into chat. Let's just have a quick look to see the comments we missed during that time and see what we can do. Weird there's no 1080p. We are streaming at 1440p, which is what happened due to the 50k event, or at least I am. You should be able to select your settings for what your quality should be. At the moment I have auto, 1440p, 720p, 480p as options. Interesting that there is no 1080p. I'll try to look into that and see why over the next before the next stream. Twitch does what Twitch does. Yeah, we might look at dropping back to that 1080p to make it more sustainable for more people. I didn't realize that it was an issue till now, so we will look into it.
And I reckon that's probably going to be where we look at calling it for this evening.
For anyone who anyone who wants to, the stream is also on. We are also streaming live on YouTube. So if you want to jump over to the YouTube side of things, I've just got confirmation from Dorian that there is 1080p available on the YouTube side of things. So if that helps you out for the next time, hopefully it does. Just like to say massive thanks to the moderators that were here tonight. Flo is still in the lobby, so big thanks to Flo for helping us do everything tonight. Nightmare has headed off, but Nightmare is the guy who is normally sitting there making all of the units disappear, the crazy things happen in the match, and the lobby's running so smoothly. So massive shout out to them, and a massive shout out to the bar team as a whole. They let us do this, and that is absolutely phenomenal. We're happy to be here doing it. This was a fever dream that's turned into something wonderful, and it's turned into something wonderful because of you guys, everyone in game. Thank you for playing tonight, and everybody who is in the stream, thank you for watching tonight. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for the interactions in chat, and we will catch you all in the next one. Not sure if Flo's going to keep these ones running or not. I guess we will see. I'm going to pop this one out to the end credits, and we'll catch you all next time.
See you guys.
Beyond All Reason fans, welcome to King of the Hill by AllReasonNoLogic. Experience 2 or more teams facing off in epic scale warfare, where the Horde gang up on the Kings of the Hill. Kings start off with an economic bonus. They do their best to defend an onslaught after a no-rush timer expires. Test out your micro and defend against multiple players in variations of this game mode. Or be part of the masses. Team up with your allies to topple the throne in a glorious victory. AllReasonNoLogic, hosting King of the Hill lobbies, most Sundays. Join our Discord to be part of the action. See you in game, Commanders. Beyond All Reason fans, welcome to